What's up guys, John here, and today I just wanted to do a quick video and talk about some of my favorite games of 2018 and some of the games I really enjoyed playing. And keep in mind, for those of you that watch my channel, you know that I love my shoot 'em ups and I love RPGs. So a lot of the stuff I'm going to show you is not going to be AAA titles. There's no like Spider-Man for the PS4 or anything like that in here. But anyway, let's get right into it. So I'll start off with, it's only going to be a few systems. Like I don't own a Switch, so I'm not going to show you any Switch games. Most of this stuff is PlayStation stuff. So, okay, let's start with an RPG, a traditional RPG that I got for the PlayStation Vita that I thought was really good, and that is Revenant Saga. Traditional, turn-based. It's like if you know like Lunar the Silver Star story, if you played Lunar for the Sega CD, this is like that style of game. I'm almost 40 years old, so I'm a huge fan of traditional turn-based RPGs, but Revenant Saga, pretty decent game in my book. Some of the younger gamers, they might not be into that, but okay, this is a beat 'em up, and I think I did a video on this game, Phantom Breaker Battleground. It was released through Strictly Limited Games. I think there was a PS4 and a Vita release. For some reason, I ordered the Vita version, but I do believe this game came out digitally on, Xbox. It's either PS3 or Xbox 360, one of them. But here we got it physical, Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds, awesome beat 'em up. I enjoyed it anyway. And on the Vita, the last game I'm going to show you is Gundamoniums. Now, this is a series that come from Japan. This came out in a time when a lot of consoles weren't getting shoot 'em ups, but they were still getting them on PC in Japan and digitally and things like that. So Strictly Limited brought a Japanese series over to the PlayStation physically for us to enjoy, and it's pretty decent. It's got really cool character sprites in this game. And it says Strictly Limited release number 11, and they number their games. This is number 693 out of whatever 1,000 or 2,000 they made. But yeah, Gundamoniums, awesome game. Definitely check it out. If you can't find it physical, get it digital. Okay, I do want to say real quick, some of these games, and I'm pretty sure most of these games came out this year, but if something came out in like the tail end of 2017 or something, don't nail me to the cross, all right? I'm trying here. So, okay. This is an RPG I do believe came out this year that I really enjoyed. I didn't finish the whole thing, but it came in like a small collector's edition for the 3DS, and that is the Alliance Alive. I'm pretty sure that people, and you guys, let me know in the comment section down below if I'm wrong about this, but from what I heard about this game, there's people that were involved in the Suikoden, whatever, however you want to pronounce that series, that did work on this game, and I think there might have been someone that maybe worked on Chrono Trigger or something like that. But regardless about who worked on the game, this is an awesome RPG. This is actually what I'm going to do a video on soon. The 3DS, the PSP and the 3DS, both have awesome RPGs. I'm a huge fan. Those systems really made me a huge fan of handheld gaming. I had a Game Boy and stuff as a kid, but these RPGs, you can take them anywhere. It's awesome. I can play them at work. I can play them at home. But yeah, Alliance Alive, awesome RPG. Look for it. It's not even that expensive. At GameStop, it might be like 20 bucks. Now, this is a really good game. If you like games like Chrono Trigger that deal with like time travel, this game does it really well. And that game is Radiant Historia. Now, I had this game I still have it on the DS. I got it years ago. I saw this re-release for the 3DS, and I was just curious, did they add more content or whatever? So I'm not even going to get into all that right now. But this might have came out in 2017. I'm not 100% sure. But I did buy it in the beginning of 2018. But that is Radiant Historia, Perfect Chronology, something like that. Okay, now we're in like the meat and potatoes of what I'm going to show you guys, and it's all PlayStation 4 games. And these games are in no particular order. So the first game I'm going to show you is Bunny Must Die. I believe this is pronounced Chelsea and the Seven Devils. This is a Metroidvania style game. It's a Strictly Limited game. It says on the back this is release number 5, and it's number 266 out of whatever they did. I remember when I bought this game, I bought it. I found out about it a couple of days before it came out, and I got it, and then it was like gone. So this was like one of those like sleeper hits or something. I don't know. It sold out super quick, but yeah. Bunny Must Die, Chelsea and the Seven Devils. Pretty decent game, but it resells for kind of a lot. I don't know why. It's good. It's not like $100 good or nothing like that. Now this game's still available. Ghostblade HD. Now this was originally a Dreamcast game. It was released for the Dreamcast first, and then they made the HD version of Ghostblade. I don't own the Dreamcast version. This is a HuCast game, I do believe. Yeah, HuCast, which is it's kind of like the NG dev team. I do believe those companies are in cahoots. But yeah, Ghostblade HD, if you've played games like, I want to play Ryzon so bad, but games like Ryzon or Fast Strikers or Ducks or Redux or any games like that, then check out Ghostblade HD. It's like a $30 game, totally awesome. I recommend it. If you don't feel like getting it physical, download it digital. Okay. Now, I like this next series of games because it kind of reminds me of the Dot Hack series about, being in an MMO and something happening to your body physically, if it happens to you in the MMO and stuff like that. But Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, this is a game I probably should do a review on. I really like this game. I think this game is awesome. I've only been playing some of the Sword Art Online games, over the past couple of years. I'm a bigger fan of Dot Hack. The GU series is awesome. The remake to the GU series is awesome. I wish it was in this pile of games I could show it off. But yeah, I love the Dot Hack games, and the GU series is awesome. But so is the Sword Art Online series. But Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, look for this at GameStop. It came out in the beginning of 2018. Awesome game. Okay, this is another traditional turn-based RPG, kind of like Revenant Saga. And I do believe there's a sequel coming out for this. It's out in Japan right now, I believe, or they're working on it, and hopefully they bring it over here. And that is As Divine Hearts. Again, if you like games like Chrono Trigger or any of those Super Nintendo RPGs, the Final Fantasies, stuff like that, then check out As Divine Hearts. It's a pretty good traditional turn-based RPG. It doesn't have the best story, but the gameplay and the mechanics are pretty fun. Pretty simple too. Now, this game, I own a lot of Genesis games. For those of you that watch my channel, I think a couple months ago I was going nuts with Genesis stuff, but the Sega Genesis Classics Collection, there's a lot of good stuff on here. Alien Soldiers on here, that was never even released over here in the US. That's a super expensive, Japanese or PAL game. All your Shining games are on here, your Phantasy Stars. Not a lot of shoot 'em ups. There's that one Wonder Boy game, that Wonder Boy 3 game that's kind of like a shoot 'em up. That's on here. I'm going to live stream that as a matter of fact. But yeah, no shoot 'em ups on here, guys. What the fuck, Sega? No shoot 'em ups. You guys are known for your shoot 'em ups, but everything else is straight fire on here. So for what it's worth, pick up the Sega Genesis Classics Collection. There's a lot of good games on here, and I totally recommend it. Now, this next game got a lot of, it was criticized heavily for not being that good. At least that's what I heard from a lot of people. Don't listen to everyone on YouTube that talks about games. When people are constantly making negative videos and putting stuff down, they're just trying to look for anything negative in a product or in a piece of art or anything. I'm going to tell you right now, The Secret of Mana on the PS4, I think this is a GameStop exclusive. This game is really, really, really good. I've really enjoyed it. The reimagining of The Secret of Mana on the PS4, they nailed it. Even the map in the top, I think it's the right-hand corner is the SNES map. The slight delay and throwing your sword and stuff is spot on. This game is really, really good. I totally recommend it. They did an excellent job with Secret of Mana. Anyone that says otherwise probably has not played this game. So yeah, pick this up. It's maybe $20, $25 at GameStop. Okay. Now, this next game, if you liked the Guardian Heroes on the Saturn or Game Boy Advance or Code of Princess, Blade Strangers is an awesome fighter that has a very similar battle system to Guardian Heroes and Code of Princess, but it doesn't have those multiple planes. It doesn't have the RPG elements to it. It's just a straight fighter. And a lot of people talked a lot of shit on this game too, but this game is awesome. I love this fighting game. This is the best fighting game that's come out this year. Probably the best fighting game that's come out in a couple of years, in my opinion. Totally awesome. This was a very limited release on the PS4. I found one at one GameStop right near me, and then there's none, I do know this was released on the Switch too, and you can get copies of this on the Switch fairly easily. But I guess download this on the PS4 if you can't find it. I recommend it. It's awesome. If you can download it for a deal under $10, yeah, Blade Strangers is definitely where it's at as far as fighting games go. Now, this next game is probably one of the best shooters for the PS4 I've ever seen on PlayAsia's website, and that is the game Paradise. And I always wanted this on the Saturn. I downloaded it, and I think I burned it and played it on emulators. And I downloaded the arcade ROM and used RetroArch to play it, and I thought it was great. And then when I saw this on PlayAsia's website, I was like, oh my God, I got to get that. And it was kind of pricey when it first came out, and it's cheaper now. And you know, copies of it sold out, then relisted, and there's like different versions of it now with different DLC characters, which just give us everything on one disc. For a game like this and someone like me, like put everything on the disc. Like I'll pay more for it. I'm not trying to mess around with DLC, and it's like everything's turning into like a cell phone game, man. They just want money. I just want to buy the game and play the game, not buy all this other shit. But anyway, enough of that. The game Paradise is awesome. Everything that's on this disc is awesome, and I recommend it. And if you like shoot 'em ups, this is probably one of the best games you're going to find on the PlayStation 4, in my opinion. And this next game is nothing special. It's Shikihando. It's just a shoot 'em up. It's a decent shoot 'em up. It's kind of like it reminds me of like the Castle of Shikigami games. Like if you played Castle of Shikigami 2 on the PS2 or Castle of Shikigami 3 on the Wii. On the Wii. This game is kind of like that. It's decent. It's got cool packaging. It's like $25 on PlayAsia's website for this. You know, that's awesome. It's a good shooter. It's a decent shooter. And there's other shooters I could have brought out that I've gotten this year, and I don't know why I grabbed this one, but the packaging at least looks cool on it. But it's a decent shooter, guys. I totally recommend it. Okay, so for me, guys, when it comes to releases in 2018, there's only one game that takes the cake, in my opinion. One game that I've been waiting for the longest time, and when it finally came in, I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, I already played the game and beaten it, a while back digitally, but I really wanted to own it physical, so I got the PS4 and the Vita version, and that game is Cosmic Star Heroine. Now, this is another one of those like traditional turn-based RPGs with heavy, Chrono Trigger-like gameplay. Kind of like Chrono Trigger, right? A little bit different, but like, my God, Cosmic Star Heroine is an amazing game. It's not a very long RPG, but the story's good. The battle system is incredible. The character sprites are on point. Just everything about the game, I just love. And, I haven't opened this, and I probably won't open this collector's edition. I don't even get down like that. I don't buy games and not open them. But I did buy this game digitally, and I beat it and loved it a while back. So I just wanted this just to, like, have and, so I guess, like, support the developers or whatever. But, man, like, that game, so that's the game, that's what made me find out about limited run games, because when I found out about Cosmic Star Heroine, when I found out about the crowdfunding project, I read somewhere online that a company called Limited Run Games is actually going to make the game, and I was like, what the hell is Limited Run Games? And at the time, they had just released like Saturday Morning RPG and like Breach and Clear or something, and I found out about this, and I was like, oh, well, they got some other games on their site, like Night Trap had just come out, so I got a copy of that. So, they had some good games under their belt, and it took like 2 years for them to finally make this, but they did, and it took like 8 months to get like through them. So they need to get better with their business practices about how they're going to release games. Don't get all the money for the game and then make the game. Like, I don't know. I'm sure they're doing the best that they can. I'm just not a fan of waiting that long. 8-9 months for a game is just it's just crazy. So I don't really order that much stuff from their site anymore. It's got to be something really special. But hopefully they fix those things, and I will definitely continue to do business with them if they have some good shooters or something they're bringing over from Japan. But anyways, guys, so what games did you love and appreciate in 2018? Let me know in the comment section down below. I love to learn about some new games or some hidden gems or some stuff that kind of flew under the radar for me, because to me, a good game is a good game. It doesn't matter if it came out in 2018 or it came out in 1996. If that game's really good and fun to play, that's what I want to play. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Now, remember to like this video. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, peace out.